Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, we're going to be addressing Aphria and tilray and why I think it's a horrible deal and shareholders should not accept the deal. Because if the deal goes through, there's going to be a vote, and I honestly, just my opinion, and I'm not a shareholder, so I really have no say in this, but I really don't think that this is a good deal, in my opinion. And I just want to address this guy's comment. Wow, you sound like uninformed, uneducated, and full of hate. Full of hate? Hate what? What I hate? Look at it objectively. Set your emotion aside that you missed the ride. I did not miss the ride. I just choose not to invest into Aphria. I made money on other MJ stocks and not Aphria. So did I miss the ride? No. And there was other companies that made way more return on investment than Aphria. I know you had about I know you had 70,000 worth of shares of Aphria once. Don't be salty that you did not re-enter at $4. Okay, I'm not salty. I'm not salty. I don't really care. But hey, whatever. You know what? In this video, I'll address it more, I guess. So let's look at Aphria stock. So 6 months ago, the stock was just kind of like trading right between 4 or 5. It popped to 7, and then it crashed after earnings, and it was just trading in the 6. I could have made what 70%, maybe 64% if I bought at the bottom. It's the same saying with Canopy Growth. You could have bought Canopy at 14 and made 100, or even at 18 and made 60 or 70%. It's all the same stuff. All MJ stocks trade the same. Big money won't just pump one MJ stock, they'll pump them all. So don't tell me I'm jealous. It doesn't really matter. Big money ultimately moves the market at the end of the day. ACB is the same thing. I was so against this, but big money pumped it. And will big money dump it? Maybe. BMO came out and made a bearish call on ACB. But if rich people don't want to dump it, it won't dump. Retail investors have no say. We'll see what happens. They're still valued at $2 billion, and you could have made 130%, or if you bought it at $7, you could have made 60% return on investment, 50% return on investment. Cron, same thing. You could have made 60, 70%, 40% return on investment. Tilray is the same thing. You could have made 40, 50% return on investment. They all trade the same. And did I miss the boat? No, I bought Village Farms. I think Village Farms is undervalued, and I still think it's undervalued today, even at these prices. But does it matter if I think it's undervalued at these prices? And even if I'm making a ton of profit, I could lose all that profit by holding on to the stock, simply because the entire MJ industry trades the same. If one stock falls, they all fall. So yeah. Could I lose my profit on this? I put a decent amount of money into this. Big money will pump this with the rest of the MJ industry. And if you look at all the charts between all the stocks, they all got pumped the same way. They're all up like 50, 60, 70. Village Farms is actually the biggest winner. It's up like 111% if you bought it at, $4 or $5. Even at $6. I'm up like 60 or 70% on my Village Farm position. Could I lose it all if I hold on? Absolutely. But my gut feeling tells me if Village Farms falls back to $4 or $5, Aphria is going to fall back down to $5, $4, $6 Canadian, in my opinion. And Canopy will probably fall back between $16 to $15, in my opinion. But because that's how big money trades. When one stock falls, They all fall. It doesn't matter if you're bullish or bearish. Big money controls the market. So yeah, but let's just talk more about Tilray. Tilray, I really don't like this company. I really don't like this company. So Tilray has, first of all, you gotta remember Tilray has about 144 million shares. So if Aphria took on Tilray, they're taking on 144 million shares. So the Aphria shareholders are going to get diluted by 144 million. Let me ask you something. Would you invest into Aphria for the long term? I would not invest into Aphria for, sorry, not Aphria. Would you invest into Tilray for the long term? I would not invest my money into Tilray for the long term. Tilray is a speculation stock on a massive scale. They're losing a ton of money and they're diluting shareholders just to survive. So, will I invest into Tilray for the long term? No. So why would Tilray and Aphria merger be a good thing? It's not. It's not a good thing. What's going to happen is Tilray is going to liquidate the assets if they merge with Aphria for some cash. Because, let's be honest, Tilray doesn't produce at a low cost. They produce at a high cost. They might produce more high quality than Aphria, maybe. But they produce their product at a high cost. And they're probably going to liquidate the current growing facilities and use Aphria Diamond for their distribution. They'll probably keep the international assets, but besides that, you're not really getting very much from the merger between Tilray and Aphria. The only thing Aphria is getting is Tilray's distribution, the revenue they're generating selling product right now, and that's it. And I guess management, I guess consolidation with management. So they'll fire the current management, so they'll, and they can fire a bunch of people and bring down the cost to produce for Tilray. But at the same time, it's like, I just don't know. Like it's the MJ market. People lose market share all the time. Just because Aphria and Tilray combines doesn't mean that, the Tilray could lose some of the distribution simply because they don't make their own products anymore. And maybe, I don't know for sure, but Tilray might be, might sell well because their products are high quality, even though I never really tried any of their products. Maybe, but now it's under Aphria product, Aphria branding. Sorry, Aphria product under Tilray's branding. So, and market share can easily swing around, very easily. So, we'll see what happens. So, let's just look at the balance sheet of Tilray, and let's look at the financials. So, this was, I clicked this was on November 9th, 2020. So, this was a month ago. So the current asset is about $887 million. Property and plant equipment is $187 million. I would not take too much. They have a ton of goodwill and a ton of intangible assets. They have $155 million of cash, which is good. You can't go wrong with cash. And then Aphria also takes on a huge amount of debt. $438 million of convertible notes they are going to be taking on if they merge with Tilray. And, personally, I don't like that. But hey, whatever. And the total shareholder is $186 million. But if you take into the account of the goodwill and tangible asset, they actually have a negative shareholder equity, which is, again, not good. Now let's just look at their financials. So they made $51 million of revenue. Their total production cost was $34 million. After inventory value adjustment, their gross profit is $3.7 $1.39 million. They made a gross margin of like 5%. But let's just take the inventory adjustments out of the way, and let's just do 34 million. It's about, I believe, like 30%. Could be wrong. 34,224 divided by 51. 406. No, that's not right. That's too high. It can't be 66%. It's kind of tough because I need the actual gross margin, and then I have to divide it by the total revenue to figure it out. But I'm guessing around 30%. That's not great. That's not great at all. But no, whatever. But I guess like if they were to merge with Aphria, this revenue of $51 million, their production cost would go down dramatically because they would not produce any of their products. Aphria would. And they'll just use Tilray's distribution of whatever they sell. Hemp products and MJ products and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like this deal. I don't like this acquisition. It just doesn't make any sense in my mind. I would not like the dilution. If I was a shareholder, I'd probably not vote for this deal, because if we look at Aphria current share structure, they have a total of 289 million. So 289 plus 184. 289 plus, let's just assume it's 144. It could be higher than that. You're looking at 433 million shares. So if Aphria was to get pumped to $10, that would be a $4.3 billion valuation. That's kind of high considering the fact that Crown is only a $3 billion valuation. So we'll see what happens, but ultimately the market will trade the same. So if Aphria suddenly starts dumping, all the MJ stocks will dump. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.